Hello and welcome to Geospatial, and this is Shamaki. Today we're going to look at how to calculate percentage in Excel of classes of our land use land cover for each year. We have the classification area for each year. This is 2004, area in 2014, and area in 2024 of agricultural land, built up, vegetation, water body, and bare land. So we want to have their percentage each of every year. So I've created a year field for each of the year 2004, 2014, 2024. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is to calculate, not the sum of this. So if you add this plus this plus this plus this plus this, what will you get? So to do that, I know there may be some other fast method, but I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to take it manually, more like semi-automated and all that. I'm not going to do plus 1 and 2. Alright, so what you do is you press equals to on the field you want to have that calculation, then you type in sum and you put in your bracket open, then you highlight this whole of it, the whole field, and then you close the bracket. Now once you've done that, you click on the enter button on your system. Now if you drag this across, it's going to calculate the rest. Alright, now you will see that the areas are the same. Actually, the area of the same field are supposed to be of the same thing. So we have 27995.67. That's across the three. If we do this manually for this, we'll still have almost the same thing. We'll have the same thing. So for confirmation's sake, I'm just going to do equal to, and I'll put in the sum. Then I'm going to open the bracket, and then I'm going to highlight this whole one, and then I'm going to close the bracket, shift and 0, then I'm going to click on OK. So you see enter, you see that it has the same thing. Alright, so we've calculated the sum. Now the next thing we want to calculate is the area. Alright, so after calculating the sum, the next thing we'll calculate is the percentage. To calculate the percentage, the formula is equal to, now the field we want to calculate, which is agricultural land, I'm just going to, and I want to calculate agricultural land for 2004. So I'm going to click on this field, which is B2. Alright, if you look at this is A, this is B, this is C, D, E, continuous. So B2 will divide, this will be B7. Alright, so I'm either going to say B7 or I'm going to use a dollar sign shift and 4 for B, and a dollar sign shift and 4 for the 7. Either of them will work, so I'm just going to click on enter. So you see it's calculated it as 7%. Okay, so I can drag them as usual to here, and it will calculate the entire percent for all of this. Okay, so going to, I don't know if I do this will also work. Yeah, it did. So if from here now I just drag this across down, it also calculated. So from here I drag this across, it also calculates. So we have a percentage increase and decrease in some of the future classes or the land use land cover classes. So you can see that once I drag and drag, it did that. But if it didn't work, you have to still calculate it manually by saying you equals to here. You press now for 2014, the agricultural land will be this C2 divided by the B7, which will also work. So you can see that we've calculated this for all of it. Now the next one we want to do is to calculate the sum of this, because it is supposed that the area will have to be the same. So if the area is the same, the percentage should be equal to 100, right? So I'm just going to say equal to sum. Then I'm going to open the bracket, and I'm going to highlight this whole, and then I'm going to close the bracket, and I'm going to enter. It says 100%. So if I click on here, you see this where there's plus sign and I drag to the end, you will see that it has calculated. See that it's calculated to 100%. So this is how you can calculate the percentage of your land use, land cover, in order to be able to use them for your change dictation and other analysis. So if we look at this from here now, the agricultural land, which is farmland equally, in 2004, it was 7%. Then in 2014, it increases to 28%. And then in 2024, it decreased to 13%. Why? That would be for people who are needed to figure out, maybe like the soil scientists, the farmers. They may know why there was that change in that locality, because this is differ in Niger. All right. Then we have built up in 2004, accounts for 4% of the place. And then in 2014, it increased to 9%. And in 2024, it increased to 17%. So that means it's possible that in 2024, there was, between 2014 to 2024, there was either an encroachment to more of the farmlands, or there were other factors that were involved. Now it's left for you to look at what were those factors that were really responsible for that increase and decrease in the agricultural land. Because it's ideal that the more population increase, there should be need for an increase in farmlands and all of that. So that's what's left for them to figure out. Then we have a vegetation that has a 23%, then decrease to 8%, then increase to 35%, based on the result we have here. So that can also be looked upon and know what was the factor, were there serious drought, and what was the reason to all of the increase, the decrease, and all of that. Now, water body which has really no much change, but I heard that there was a flood in this area in 2024. You see that in 2004 and 2014, there was no change in the water body, but then it increased to 4%, which was reasonably enough. Now, bare land, which accounts for 64%, decreased to 53% and drastically decreased to 30%. Now, this is some of the interpretation. You can go on by doing a trend change analysis using the pie chart and all of that, bar chart, to just represent all of these things, to have more interpretation to your result. So I just wanted to show you how you can calculate percentage of your land use, land cover data on Microsoft Excel. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video. I'll see you in the next one.